Hey, RetconRaider here, and welcome back to Battle Brothers Season 3. As today with a near full roster. I think it's about time we officially set our sights back south. Though we do still have that one pesky relic rumor to deal with. So, I think we will follow up on that real quick, especially since both our contracts here in Agerstedt are just basic one skull deliveries. Actually, wait. Oh, okay. Actually, we appear to have a new rumor. This time about a potential outpost in the hills nearby. Very vague, but there is one spot in particular we found an outpost like 2 or 3 times now. We'll hold off on Tangball for just a sec. Let me get a peek at this mountain pass real quick. And there it is. Outpost of the Tribes. Obviously not much of a fight to speak of, but that is perfect fodder for the rookies. Plus a couple of heavy hitters just in case. Alright, let's do this. Should make for a quick little warm-up. Following yet another rumor, the Raiders soon find themselves back in familiar territory. Between the towns of Agerstedt and Tonder. A twice-raised barbarian training center, once again being rebuilt. These guys just never seem to learn, do they? Rassel grunted, as their arrival was met with fierce barks and guttural shouts. Well, we do keep killing them, Verlin responded. Hard to learn when you're dead. And battle was joined. Rax surged forward, axe biting halfway through a rib cage. The rest of the raider line sagged under hundreds of pounds of furry fury. But they quickly trimmed it away. An unfortunate necessity, given the nature of the beast. Come on now, bud. Slight wavering on the newbies. Yeah, both of them have serious resolve issues. Getting that up to at least 40 is priority. Alois steps up behind the sagging shield line, putting a bolt through a barbarian's chest. Rax ruins his own foe a split second later. Rook continues freeing up the southern flank. Rev claims another soul. Diego begins circling. Molafnoi brutally disembowels a bludgeoner. Then receives a bloody gash in return. And Alois promptly puts a bolt through that foe's throat as well. Good looking out. Rack sacks hacks another. Mark puts one down as well. Sorry, buddy. Diego perforates a primitive warrior. And Rax. Rax claims the kill. 3-in-1 fight, not too shabby. You know, I may toss him the King in Chains potion. I'm technically sitting on it in hopes we can pull a Hedge Knight or Gladiator or some other top tier, but at this point, that's seeming less and less likely. You know, given that we're already practically at cap. So for the time being, at least, we're leaving that last slot empty just in case we encounter any special narrative characters. Level ups. Mark obviously pulls Overwhelm since he is destined to become an overwhelming gunner. We will absolutely take that +5 in range, +5 in initiative, and +4 in RDEF. Get us right on the cusp of that 10-point target. And then Malafnoy. Toughen him up a bit. Grab Colossus. Ooh, and look at that. We'll take the melee, we'll take the defense, and yeah, we absolutely have to bump up that resolve. Again, we really want to get that up to at least minimum 40. But preferably 50 or even 60 if we can swing it. And we're good. Easy XP banked, warm-up complete. And you know, we're right next to Tonder, might as well peek in real quick, see if there's anything going on. Might as well. But after that, we'll set our sights on Tangball. Terror contract, okay. Could use more wolf pelts. Raven of Tonders, standing by his window, peering out while nursing a mug of mead. He doesn't really seem to be focused on anything in particular, and even talks as if he couldn't care less about the conversation. He quickly explains that grave robbers have been plundering yonder cemetery. Easy work for an enterprising raider, also potential not Drakiith. So where are we headed? Ah, well that's not at all awkward. New ambition. Greenskins, or mercenaries. You know what? I guess we'll go for greenskins. We do actually need to go out of our way to find some. We still need potions from a bunch of them. Berserkers, shamans, warriors. I think the chieftain has one too. Might have to double check that though. Maybe we'll do that on the way back south, since I think we have a general gist of where they're hiding out now. A bit west of where we started. Anyway, let's go get these tombs stoned. No pings, could be just about anything. I mean, one skull, so nothing outrageous, I imagine. But we'll gear for Wiedergangers just in case. Alright, let's see what we got. You enter the graveyard to find the grave robbers right where Raven of Tonder thought they'd be, knee-deep in someone else's afterlife. Drawing your sword, you tell them to put down whatever jewelry they think they're going to make off with. One of the men stands up, arms raised, and makes his case. Before y'all kill us, can I just say something? We have a map. I know it sounds like a lie, but just hear me out. We have a map that can lead to immense treasures. You let us go, and I'll give it to you. Kill us, and, well, you'll never see it. What do you say? Oh, I mean, I hate breaking a contract, but I do love a good treasure map. I do wish we had a historian on board. I think they're the ones who can actually tell whether a map is real or not. Otherwise, it's a bit of a toss-up. Yeah, alright, I'll take it. Go on, get out of here. When you were a kid, you used to go on treasure hunts all the time. It's oddly thrilling. You don't know why, but the allure of revisiting that old adventure has you letting the men go. In return, they show you the map, which reveals Overgrown Stronghold, the location of a hidden cache of who knows? All you really know is that it is due south from where you stand. Ooh, and that did not cancel our current contract. I mean, we did chase them off. I wonder if that counts. Though, honestly, it's probably more likely he'll... Oh, wow. I am not used to seeing locations spawn that close to each other. Interesting. Also, not much of a fight, but... once again, good fodder for the rookies. Though Sigmar's still recovering, so... he'll have to sit this one out. Gotta get Mark in there. He's one level shy of where we need him. Cetrus too, so we don't want to pull him either. We'll yoink, wrestle. And there it was, the Overgrown Stronghold, just as the Grave Robber's map had noted. What it had not noted, however, was a squat village of savages that had set up camp nearby. Perhaps the reason the Grave Robbers had left yonder ruins unplundered. Of course, barely a speed bump for the raiders. The thralls advance. Alois casually putting a bolt through one's neck on approach. The rest of the raider line shuffles eagerly, with Rax perhaps predictably being the first to break rank. Though his wild swing goes wide. Diego coming up a second later to claim the kill. Rook impales another on the south. Rev cleaves on the north. Mark shoots a spearman's leg out from under them. Merlin charges, impaling a shoulder. Random quickly at his side. Molafnoy runs the leg shot spearman through. Bowman shoots a face. And yeah, the fight's pretty much over already. Though the thralls, to their credit, fight to the bitter end. Rax holds. Arrow finishes the face shot foe. Rook impales another. Rev hooks a third. Cetrus splatters a 4th. And the last is left to the rookies. Malafnoy slashes and kicks. With Rex rushing in. A swing of his axe and it's over. And Cetrus hit 7. He can now upgrade our wagon. We're just waiting on the RNG. Also level up for Diego. Very nice. I think that's 6 on him. I believe that's recovery. Plus the silver bowl. Very nice. Let's go ahead and knock out those level ups real quick. Diego is 6, so that is recover. Which will again help offset his issues with fatigue. We'll take the max defense. We'll take... I would like to bump fatigue, but I feel like there might be other things that are... Yeah, let's do it. We'll grab fatigue and we'll grab that middling melee. Both areas need improvement. And then as for Cetrus, our first Battle Forged to actually hit 7, which means Battle Forged. That'll really toughen him up. Honestly, he was always intended to be a frontliner. The first weapon we got just happened to be a pole hammer. But we might push him up to the front rank now. We'll take the max defense. We'll round out range. Though, as per usual, 10 is the cap. That'll be the last time we bump that up. And, that initiative, why not? As a heavy, he's never going to be super fast, but it would be nice to push him to at least 80. Basically about 20 points above his fatigue. And good to go. Let's set ourselves up for the Overgrown Stronghold. Which once again may be undead, so we'll want to... prepare accordingly. Yeah, I feel like that's pretty good. Let's do this. Enemy unknown, but not for long. Oh. Wiedergangers. Also Geist, slightly more serious. No signs of a necromancer, that's good news. Though we might still have fallen heroes. As the raiders explored the overgrown stronghold, the reason this place had as of yet been left unplundered quickly became evident. The guttural groan of the restless dead mingled with the shrill, spectral cry of those who had not yet passed on. But at least it bode well for potential treasure. Fingers crossed. Also, I have had some people ask why I don't turn up the speed. And honestly, it's because A, it gives me time to take in what's happening and to come up with something new to say. But also, B, because my understanding is that most folks who don't want to watch it at normal speed just turn up the speed of the video. So me also speeding it up essentially takes that choice out of the viewer's hands. But, you know, I am curious to hear your thoughts, so let me know in the comments down below. Just, you know, keep them respectful. I've had some people who get very angry because their comments get caught in the filter, and I'll just say, sometimes those comments get caught for a reason. I haven't had to say it in a while, but, you know, keep it classy, folks. We're all here to have a good time. We may have already triggered the Geists. Let's see if they rush in next round. The raiders hack and hew at the oncoming horde. A grim task, to be sure, but one the raiders have grown disturbingly accustomed to. And yes, the spectral figures approach. Empty eye sockets angled towards the mortal interlopers that dare intrude in their restless resting place. Annie, however, is uncowed, a flail slamming one right between its hollow eyes, the figure dissipating into wisps of blue vapor. Rook circles wide, dashing a cadaver's cap. Rev beheads another, billhook biting through bruised flesh and brittle bone. Verlin holds, spear poised. Random rushes to Annie's side. Cetra stepping up behind. A swing and a miss. Verlin keeps the corpses distracted on the south, buying the rest of the raiders time to focus down the more phantasmal foes. Drak sends a sodden skull spiraling. Arrow lays down fire. Tommy toppling a target with 2 tosses. And Annie dashes another displaced soul. The remaining wrathful wraiths quickly venting their rage. Diego shaken, Random ready to run. But a rallying cry from Rev, and resolve is restored. Cetra smashes another helm. Random beats one down. Zarmal carves up another. And the remaining raids wail once more. Resolve shaken but not broken. As Val clears a path. I will say, that is one thing I do miss about dropping shields on a lot of our bros. We lose that knockback. Diego dispels a sepulchral specter. Rook holds the south. Rev keeps the rest of the raiders focused. And even as one last corpse rises, Zarmal drops another. Honestly, the fight is pretty much all but won. Val drops the last on the north. Arrow fells another. Rook impales a third. And he whiffs a shot. The rest of the raiders rush forward, eager to claim the kill. Wow, okay. There we go. Rev's billhook of banishment makes short work of the last paranormal pest. And random wails on one last Wiederganger. Nicely done, raiders. Slightly dicey with the Geist, but I don't think we were ever in any real danger there. Oh, wow. Okay, I mean, not gonna lie, I was hoping for a famed item, but I will absolutely take 5 treasure items. My goodness. I'm gonna go ahead and say that was well worth breaking contract for. Though hopefully we can still get paid for that as well. I guess we'll see once we get back over Tonder. As for Drak, level 9, that's, Overwhelm. And stat-wise, a lot of middling rolls. We'll definitely take the initiative. But aside from that, I guess we really do need to bank those middling on melee and defense. He's doing okay, but he's definitely behind the curve. Okay, let's head on back. See if we collect 500 more gold. Oh. You find Verlin holding up the bare foot of Rex Savage. Naturally, you inquired just what they're doing. The anatomist straightens up with a tweezer in hand, and pinched between its prongs is a huge splinter. Rax wiggles his toes, then gets to his feet. He walks around, then quickly plants his foot and pivots and walks backwards and forwards. I'll be damned, I thought I'd just busted my foot or something. Turns out I'd just been walking around with a huge arse splinter for years. This feels great. Instead of throwing the splinter away, Verlin confines it to a wooden box, where other medical oddities are rolling about. +1 melee defense, fantastic. And yes, please do not put that in your mouth. Puts Rax at 21, slightly further ahead of the curve than he already was. You'll love to see it. Rabban of Tonder is staring at the window when you enter. The songbirds seem rather angry today, as though nothing they'd say was worth saying. I thought that was interesting. Do you? He suddenly turns toward you. Mercenary? No? My little birds told me that the grave robbers left town. Alive. Free to go where they please, free to return as they please. What an oddity, because usually, dead men aren't free to do anything. What did I ask you to make those grave robbers? You hesitate. The man answers for you. I wanted you to make them dead. Now they aren't. Now you don't get paid. Ah, how simple. And now? Now you get out of my house. You know what? That's fair. But you should perhaps rein it back a bit for the next time you need our help. Not, I suppose, that we're apt to return to Tonder anytime soon. Not really much reason to, honestly. Though I suppose we should at least check out this 3-skull before we go. Apt to be above our pay grade, but let's have a look. Count Randolph von Goswin is swinging a thin crown around his finger. It is a cheap-looking piece of metal, but no doubt a crown from somewhere. He looks you up and down as the tin scrapes and skitters over his fingernail and back again. I suspect I should have seen this coming. Men seek power, and those cut from the barbarian cloth are no different. He lets the crown slide down to his knuckles, where it hangs limply. The barbarians to the southwest in the region of Angbridge are uniting under a so-called king. A savage so strong and nasty he threatens to get a horde, and after that, well, I suppose he'll want to expand his realm south. I need you to go to this region, find this man, then cut him down. I mean, that sounds like a pretty bad time, but... What are we talking here? 7,500 gold. You know what? You've got my attention. Almost a clean 8,000 now. Gosh, that is tempting, but I'm also loath to... I'm loath to get us locked down in another wild goose chase. It took a while to track down that last guy. He said Angbridge, right? Let me get a gander here. Okay, out near Oberberg. Give me a sec to futz with the market a bit. See what I can do supply-wise. Not very much, it turns out, but we did at least bank some food and free some slots, so let's do this. Against my better judgment, we will tackle an even mightier barbarian king. I mean, look, I'm not going to pass up on 8,000 gold. That's 40% of the way towards our final wagon upgrade. Angbridge, southwest near Oberberg. We'll hop off-road, then go straight southwest, through the fields, over the hills and such. Hopefully we can get eyes on before he essentially teleports. At least that's the way I'm assuming it works. I think each time we got one of those spotted elsewhere posts, he was essentially teleported to a random barbarian camp or a new region or something, just to keep us moving around. Normal size footprints. And a Reaver base camp. Promising target of opportunity, but not what we're here for. Let's stay on task. Oh, actually, those are large footprints. That implies it might be who we're looking for. Yeah, so you can definitely tell the size difference there. Oh, shoot. Spotted to the west. Please don't tell me he teleported. I mean, footprints are also headed west. Maybe he just moves around really quickly. Looks like he hit a caravan or something there. Out towards Damwald now. Oh, hey, and there he is. The host of the Barbarian King. With the King of the North. Though not a lot to back him up. Thralls, unholds. I mean, unholds are a bit of a threat, I suppose. Restock? Probably not, but let's see. Yeah, that's what I thought. Alright, that's fine. We'll make do without. We should be in pretty good shape right now anyway. Alright, Raiders. It seems we're not just looking at a king of the barbarians, but the king of the entire north. This might get a bit dicey. Lineup looks good. To those who are about to die, etc., etc. The barbarian king's warband trundles across the land with no hint of training or even semblance of formation. But you know that with the mere wave of the savage's hands, he may set upon his enemies a horde of killers who have more than ample supply of carnage to overcome any lack of cohesion. You prepare the men for battle. Man, first champion spawn and it just had to be a barbarian king. This, like the rest of his backup's not that big a deal, but this guy has me worried. Though I will say, that is a very nice axe. Might be a good get for Rax if we can prize it from this guy's cold, dead hands. The Raiders held steady, a brief, tense standoff. Suddenly broken as the unholds lumbered forward, literally chomping at the bit for battle. Emboldened, the thralls weren't far behind, not realizing in their haste that they were rushing to their own demise. The Reavers were slightly more circumspect, hanging back, hurling weapons in hand. And all the while, the King of the North himself looked on. Massive axe cradled in his grip, waiting to see how the Raiders respond. A whip crack. Two horned figures approach. The Unholds driven ever onward, even as the Raiders take up defensive positions. A thrust to Brooks' pike, a leg impaled. A sweep of Rev's billhook. Another thrall falls. The king approacheth. Verlin moving forward to meet him. Setris quickly backing him up. The armor would make a nice trophy, but that is a luxury the Raiders likely cannot afford. Zarmal dispatches another thrall. An axe clatters off the king's bone-reinforced plate. And the Unholds engage, the first leapfrogging the line. The second rushing forward, driving Diego back step by step as it wails on his shield. The thralls move in behind, still eager despite their early losses. A few light dings are doled, but nothing to be alarmed about just yet. And the Raiders set back to a Whitland. Axes thud into calloused hide. And he crushes a hand. Bowman puts an arrow through a flanking thrall's kidney. Rook impales one on the south. Rev beheads a barbarian bludgeoner. Cetrus clears his flank, sweeping a thrall at the knees. Verlin holds the king's attention. Whilst all around him, the rest of his warband is disassembled. The first unhold staggers. Its thick, scaly hide, hanging in bloody tatters. Bowman arrows a spearman's lung. A slash from Drakiith. The headless troll topples. A crack of whips rings out, but Annie's voice is louder. The second unhold broken, quavering with fear. The raiders begin to rally, all eyes on the king. Oh, who sidesteps, throwing another thrall out of the way as he slashes across Random's gut, shearing through bone and tissue both. Random growls. A swing of his shield, the king driven back, and Random stumbles clear. Verlin disarms the thrall thrown in its path. The one remaining unhold continues flailing in blind panic. Zarmal guts another thrall with his curved dagger. Forging forward, trying to clear a path back to the king. The drums thrum, trying to drive the remaining reavers forward. Annie and Diego keep the remaining unhold staggered. Rev clears another thrall. The rest of the raiders eyeing the King of the North warily, trying to gauge the best approach. But he decides for them, rushing towards Rook. The horned helm split in twain. Verlin moves in, slamming the king backward with a driving thrust of his shield. Another thrall falls. Escape secured, but only from this mortal coil. Rassel crushes a hand, leaving a foe easy prey for Zarmal. And the raiders rush forward, eyes set on the barbarian king's remaining support crew. Arrow spies an unhelmed head, but alas can't land the shot. The Unhold continues its frantic flailing. Ah, that would have been a great kill for Diego. Ah well. Drak severs a leg, dropping the last thrall to the ground. And the king moves back in, sight set on random. But Rook comes in from the side, shearing through cheek, exposing bloodied teeth through the ragged hole. Verlin body checks the barbarian, forcing him back once more. Random sliding around, angling for slightly safer prey. And the second Unhold falls. Oh, wild swing from the king. Deflected off Verlin's shield and into the leg of a very unfortunate tamer. Zarmal comes in right after. Another gash across the king's bloodied brow. Axes hack into his bloodied armor. The drummer headed for the hills. The hobbling tamer not far behind. A careful shot from Bowman arcs overhead, and the defeated tamer falls. As does the king. A sweep of Rev's blade, leaving him no place to hang his crown. The rest of the raiders rush forward. The fight is won. All that remains is some quick cleanup. Drakiith decapitates the final thrall. Rook impales the last tamer. Random breaks his spirit. But who will claim his life? Also, there's a drummer, but he's long gone. Don't think we'll worry about that one. And thus it ends. The final foe felled. Another claimed by the raiders' silent Revenant. The company takes a moment to catch its breath, and then surveys its spoils. Man, I've got to say, gutted wild man aside, that went way better than it really should have. And there it be. The King of the North's blade. The Chieftain's crescent. Oh wow, and even at a glance I can tell that almost all of its advances went into damage. That is head and shoulders over the chosen axe that we picked up a while ago. That is a fantastic get for Rax. And then aside from that, other generic saleables. Sadly no Unhold hide. But we did get some bones and some deformed valuables. Heart's kind of a dud. I'm not really sure it's used for anything significant, but I'll double check that. And back to civilization we go. We're past time, so we really should call it here, but I would like to at least get us into a spot where I can tend to our inventory stuff off screen. Also, we have that level up, so we'll go ahead and get that taken care of too. Rev's 10 now, I think, which means Berserker or Recover, since I believe that's where we were going with our bannermen. And we will lead with Recover, since that's clearly the more practical of the two. As for stats, we'll take the melee, we'll take the defense. Still behind the curve on defense, but he's doing okay. Stat-wise, I am very tempted to take that initiative. A max roll is pretty nice, but I think we've got to bump that range defense. Man's a stone-cold killer, but it is a minor miracle he's still alive with those defense stats. Here's hoping we can stave off the inevitable for at least a little longer. And let me get a gander at that axe real quick. I want to see how fatigue intensive that might be. Honestly, not that bad. I mean, the full round swing is rough, but yeah, normal swing is just 2 fatigue more. Though, of course, the big difference is that he'd be able to get 2 swings with the fighting axe, double-fisted, versus a single swing with the Chieftain's Crescent. Though, man, that Crescent is pretty much instant death on anything he does hit. I am probably going to swap those out. I just want to think on it a bit. For now, let's, wait, no, damn well it's all effed up, right? Yeah, we're not doing any restocking here. Let's head for Oberberg. That'll get us a slight bit closer to Tonder. Oh, and also, we still have this, we still have the Reaver War Camp, too. So that'll make a nice target of opportunity for next time, as we head back to turn this thing in. Ah, yes. And yet another rumor about our relic up northwest, which was what we were supposed to be doing today, but I got a bit sidetracked, which I think was well justified, considering what we walked away with. That said, this does feel like a good place to call it. Another day, another death-defying experience. We'll hit the pause button for now. I'll take care of the usual off-screen bookkeeping. Should get us pretty close to 20k once we collect our pay back in Tonder. And we will pick up here next time. As you know, hopefully we finally start heading back south, but you know, we'll see. Either way, see you then. Oh, and special thanks to the Raiders, the fine folks who help make these videos possible, including but not limited to Erie V23, Revenant, Alois, Aero Bowman, Drakiith, EgonAlter, Exsellsior, Gottlieb, James Trimmier, Kazorm, Lady Shayna, Mark Giemza, Nathan Welch Jr., OverlordPherom, RandomPassrby, RobbyB, Tomasz Piątkowski, Triphoppenskip, and Valinrook. Thanks for your support, guys. That said, if you'd also like to help support the channel, then feel free to push the buttons that do the things. Trust me, it does make a difference. Or you could even check out the PayPal, the Patreon, the Nexus GG, or the YouTube memberships. Links are in the description.